Yes, sir. You already know what time it is. You already know what's going on. I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver.
Your favorite cousins are back. The Silver Boys are back in session. So, Kyle, I'd say we had ourselves a pretty good week. Another pretty good week, especially with the fact that football is basically on like almost every day now. I'm excited. The NFL playoffs are slowly but surely starting to approach. Teams are finally starting to lock in those playoff spots. We got NBA. We got Ja Morant coming back. So
12 is him. 12 is back.
So and Curry keeps showing that he is. We keep saying, this is my thing with everybody calling themselves him. Not everybody's him. People have moments of being him. Steph Curry has showed that he's truly him. You know what I mean?
Him if he Curry.
Yeah, no, but that overtime game was amazing.
Oh my God, that was a barn burner.
You know, as a matter of fact, let's start off with that. Let's start off with that. Let's start off with the NBA in general. Matter of fact, Ja comes back. Ja puts up 34 points, 8 assists, and 6 rebounds, and has the game winner.
NFL script writers couldn't have wrote a better script.
No.
Nah, man. Yo, shout out Ja, man. Watching that game in its entirety, how he started off slow. He was getting a little winded down the stretch, but, he did what it took to get that team that dub, and Lord knows that they needed it.
Oh, yeah.
They were, 6-19 before entering that game the other day.
Yeah, and they were on a 5-game losing streak, too.
Which really shows you how important he is to that franchise, to that team. Being on the court, we said that when he got suspended.
Yeah.
But now it's just, you see that in full force. You see how much everybody's playing better. Jaren Jackson Jr. playing better. Desmond Bane playing better. Hopefully Ja could get them going on a little streak and they could, slide into, that 9th, 10th spot. Because they are, low-key a little far behind.
Oh, yeah.
Very, very far behind. But if he could get them into the play-in tournament, man, that'd be something. Yeah. That would really, really be something.
Yeah, it'd be tough though. They're down there at the bottom, third to last, just above Portland and the San Antonio Spurs right now. So it'll be tough, but it's not impossible though.
It's not.
It'd be like if I'm comparing it to anything, it would be like pushing a boulder uphill, basically, which is gonna it's gonna hurt. It's gonna suck, just the fact that they have to, just implement him back into everything.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing. But that was a very remarkable win for him and for that team, and a good morale booster for them too.
Very, very good. Very, very well.
So I'm excited to see what
Ja back. Show him why you're supposed to be here, boy.
I'm excited to see Ja back in action and everything. Hopefully he just just stays on the narrow, just doesn't do anything crazy. That's all that matters really. But let's get to that Warriors Celtics game. That was a game. When Curry had 5 fouls, that's when I was
it was in the middle of the third.
Yeah.
He got the 5th one.
Yeah.
And then he barely played
into
the ending of the third.
Right.
And then he played pretty much the entire fourth quarter and OT with 5 fouls.
Yeah.
That's oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You can and he was still playing great defense.
He was.
He was playing great defense down the stretch.
Yeah.
On JB, on Derek White. He was playing D on them boys.
Yeah, no, that the way that the whole Golden State team came together, Clay came out hot, which was great for them because it just kept them on pace with the Celtics. If Clay didn't come out hot and then nobody else showed up, the Celtics would have ran away with that, even with the hobbled Jason Tatum who sprained his ankle in the first quarter. But the fact that they had Clay's there to keep up with them, and then after that, basically it was just maintaining. Somehow, some way, just maintaining without Steph. And that's one thing with the Celtics team that I've noticed, they don't really know how to put teams away. They could have easily put this Golden State team away.
They should have.
They should have easily.
They should have been. They were up 17.
Yeah.
And at one point, I think in beginning of the fourth or the third.
Yeah.
And they should have ran away with that.
Yeah.
At that point.
That game was easily in hand for them. But then they ended up slipping up, and that's one of the dangerous things about a team like Golden State. When you just let them play, and you just let them do their thing, then guess what? 30 on the other side is going to do what he's going to do.
Nah, and shout out, what's his name? Jackson. Is it Jackson Davis or Jackson Hagy?
Jackson Davis.
Jackson Davis.
The kid from what's it called? He came out of Indiana this past year. He was the one who was always. He used to bang really good with Zach Edey.
Nah, and he could show that he could bang down there with those boys.
Yeah.
He did some things that's not going to show up on the stat line, like some intangibles, like a Draymond would bring.
Mm-hmm.
He did it. Like he did it.
10 points and 13 rebounds off the bench.
But it was just the defense that he was playing, the force that he was playing with around the rim on both ends of the ball too.
Right.
Like he really he also really helped them a lot.
Oh yeah, and another person, Kuminga.
Kuminga too.
Kuminga, I seen a play where he had Clay set him a screen. Then after that, he came off that screen. Then after that, he had Steph Curry set him another screen. After he had Steph Curry set on that screen, he got Jaylen Brown. As soon as he got Jaylen Brown, he went to his left and dunked on him basically. And I was like, oh, he's growing up.
Yeah, he is.
That's one of those. Oh, I'm growing up moments. You know, for you to go out and seek an NBA star like Jaylen Brown, who already had himself a game. He ended up with 28.7 assists and 8 rebounds. For you to go seek somebody out like that, that's crazy. That's awesome.
I found it great.
And then at the end of the game, the great defense that he was playing on Tatum.
Yes. Oh yeah.
He put Tatum in a box.
Oh yeah. That was great defense at the end stretch. He put Tatum in a
box. They basically saying anybody else is gonna beat us. Even Derrick White, had a great game.
Derrick White was going crazy.
Derrick White had a great game. He had 30.7 rebounds, 3 blocks, and he was 7 for 18 from 3. He literally put Tatum in a box and said, "No, anybody but you." Which was, and I was very impressed with him. And if something that I feel like me and you have been saying is something that I've been talking to my dad about for the past couple of years. If Steve Kerr can just let the young boys get in and do their thing, the Moses Moody's, the Kumingas, if he lets them, the Jackson Davises, that game right there showed. If you just let those young guys do their thing, they will help you carry that team to wins.
No, and I just wanted to say it's actually crazy. Shout out to CP3 too.
Yeah.
Because that second unit would not be as good as they are without him.
Yeah.
They would have a scoring problem in that second unit.
That's something I had to realize myself, just sitting down and actually watching that game where I was like, because I was always been iffy with CP2 on this team.
Especially him coming off the bench too. Like, we didn't know how that would really work out. But to me, it seems perfect.
He's still the point guard. It's no question about it.
Not at all.
Not at all. You're not gonna get around it. He's still him in regards of being a point guard. So that was the only thing they really need is size.
Yeah,
for them to really compete.
Size in that backcourt. Yeah.
Not even in the backcourt. We need it in the front court though. Yeah. You really need it in front because Jackson Davis is technically undersized. You know what I mean? Kevon Looney can't really run up and down on a game like that. He can do it in a playoff setting because the playoffs is more, it's more of a half court setting. But in the games like these where they're running up and down, he's not going to be able to survive that. So they're going to need, especially if they have to see a Grizzlies team. You know what I mean? So they're going to need a size and you're going to need a mobile big man, more of a rim runner, like a Clint Capella type of Nick Claxton type of guy. This NBA season is starting to pan out to be
one of them ones.
Yeah.
One of them ones.
Yeah, it's very, very exciting to see right now. And Christmas is coming up.
Oh my God. I cannot wait for these Christmas games.
So the Christmas games, I'll tell you guys the lineup. So 12 o'clock, the Milwaukee Bucks with our beloved New York Knicks. Then after that, we have the Golden State Warriors versus the Denver Nuggets. You got the Boston Celtics versus Los Angeles Lakers. You got the 76ers versus the Miami Heat. And you got the Dallas Mavericks versus the Phoenix Suns. So, we're in for one.
Boy. Oh, my God. And then we got to get into the NFL next.
Oh, yeah.
The
NFL schedule's tough, too. The NFL schedule's good, too.
Oh, my God. On Christmas.
Yeah.
On Christmas.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? We never get the NFL on Christmas.
Shoot, the NFL Christmas, not even just the Christmas games, but also the Christmas Eve. We also got a couple games on Christmas Eve that are pretty good. But, let's do it. Let's transition over to the NFL. So, matter of fact, let's start what happened last week in Week 15. Had some pretty... Not gonna lie, some pretty surprising wins, especially the biggest one, the one that everyone's been talking about, is the fact that the Cowboys got blasted.
Blasted by the Bills. blasted. 31-10, blasted.
Josh Allen said that he felt like that kid that didn't do anything in the school project and still got like an A on it. I was like, I know exactly what you mean, bro.
Yeah, for real.
But he's right though. He only threw 15 times, connected on 7 of them. He was 94 yards and a touchdown. But James Cook about to cook. Cook about to cook. That boy had 25 carries, 179 yards, a rushing touchdown, plus 2 receptions, 42 yards for that, and a touchdown.
Dallas cannot stop that run for anything. Anything.
Bro, it was so funny watching the game. Yo, Michael Parsons was frustrated. Michael Parsons couldn't stand it. Yo, it'd be like a 5-6 yard gain on the first down. Next thing you know, they get another 5-6 yard gain. First down. You see Michael Parsons. They keep getting down. Another 5-6 yard gain. Oh, what? Another first down. Oh my gosh, we're still here.
Yeah, boy got to stop complaining and actually go and stop the damn run.
They can't stop the run. They have nobody. They have nobody big enough to do anything to do that.
And if the Bills do that against you, think about what San Fran going to do with Christian McCaffrey. Them boys.
You worry about San Fran? They got Miami on Christmas Eve, and Miami can run.
Miami can run that ball. You're absolutely right.
What's his face? McDaniel. He come from that Shanahan tree.
Mm-hmm.
So everything San Fran run, he run too.
Mm-hmm.
He's a mastermind too of putting in little wrinkles here, a little wrinkle there.
Motion behind the line
of scrimmage, exactly. Putting your slot guy in a place that no other team would do. Yeah. So many mismatches that they could put in. And if I'm being honest with you, I don't know if they really have anybody that could really guard their receivers like that. Even with De'Aaron Bland, like De'Aaron Bland is not that big of a. Yeah, like he's good. Mm-hmm. Don't get it twisted. He's good, but I don't know if he could sit there and really put the shackles on a Tyreek Hill, even coming off an ankle injury, or even a Jalen Waddle. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like Jalen Waddle showed himself. Again, it's against the Jets, but Jets still have a top 5 defense, top 10 defense, or whatever you want to call it. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they bounce back. I do believe that they will bounce back because Prescott had literally one of the worst games. He was 21 for 134 yards and an interception. Pollard had 11 carries for 52 yards. Lamb had 7 receptions for 53 yards. With Ferguson with 6 receptions and 44 yards. Other than that, literally everybody else did nothing.
I don't know, man. Cowboys got a big one coming up on Christmas Eve. You go to they got to win this next one. They have to.
Yeah, they have to go to Miami, win this next one. Then after that, they have Detroit coming in, and Detroit is feeling themselves.
Detroit not a team to slouch at over, not at all.
Because they're on the verge of locking up their first, the NFC North Division title for the first time in like 30 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely insane.
But
10-4. They up there.
Yeah, but to sidetrack a little bit, they got a tough one coming up too. They got Minnesota on Christmas Eve. So Minnesota is fighting for their playoff lives right now too. So that's a game where it's gonna be all out.
Yeah.
But moving on to the other team that's leading the NFC East, the Eagles. They dropped one to the Seahawks. That one was tough. That was a tough one to watch.
I know that one hurt.
That one was a tough one to watch. Hurts comes back and he wasn't feeling well basically all week. He comes in, he goes for 17 for 31, 143 yards, 2 interceptions, 13 carries, 82 yards, and 2 TDs. They did their thing on the ground, did their thing a little bit on the air too. Brown had his receptions, Smith had his receptions, but overall they just couldn't figure out a way to put the Seahawks away.
You can't let Drew Lock come in and do that to y'all, man. Y'all supposed to we for the last couple of weeks though we've been saying that that Philadelphia backside defense ain't what it was last year.
Yeah,
and it's not what, and even in the beginning of the season too. I feel like they were a little bit better matched in the beginning of the season, and then it just kept tailing off. Kept tailing off.
Yeah.
Albeit San Fran had a nice little 3-game losing skid. Yeah. But they had it at the right time.
Yeah.
Where it was the middle of the season, and they could come back from it. Philly, you waited too long.
Yeah.
And now this momentum's gonna follow you into the playoffs, and then what?
And it's funny. It's kind of something that was glaring at them.
Yeah.
But it wasn't something that was. It wasn't something to worry about. because they were so good at disguising their weaknesses. Now that you see the weaknesses, it's like right there in front of you. And it's tough. It's tough to see. And another thing, they keep turning the ball over.
Yeah.
The 2 interceptions by Jalen Hurts, that one hurt. That one,
no pun intended.
Yeah. It's funny. Every time I say that, I never notice it until somebody else says something about it. I never, ever notice it. It's the funniest thing ever. Because my dad even said that one time. I was like, man, I said it during the big game last year. I was like, man, that hurts. And he was like, yeah, no pun intended.
It's too easy. That was
a
layup. That was a layup.
That was a layup. That's a full layup right there. But yeah, no, like they literally had to stop turning the ball over. That's both through the air, and that's both on what's it called when they catch the ball, like when they're running the ball, they just have to completely stop turning the ball over. And also another thing, they don't do no disguises on offense.
Nothing. It's like whatever they line up and they're running.
You already know it. Like I remember they always have their wide receiver bunch. They see it's mainly always to the left. And what happens is,
you know what, I have noticed that
you've
too.
noticed that too, and it's the RPO every single time. So literally all the defense has to do is stay home. If everyone's in a box, just stay home and plug the gaps. So literally what happens is if Jalen Hurts can't hand the ball off to Swift on this side, what he's going to do is either going to run or he's going to try to throw a screen over to Devontae Smith. And what happens right there, the cornerbacks, all they got to do is rush up.
All they got to, especially if you telegraph it.
Yeah, that's
a
go. And literally, they don't even have to get an interception. I can just sit there and hit you. And then guess what's gonna happen? They're not gonna want to catch those balls no more.
Not at all.
So
you're not gonna want to run the play again.
No, and that's the problem because they're always in that package. That's their signature package.
Yeah, and that's a problem because now teams they're recognizing it and they see it.
They missed their other offensive coordinator. I can never think of his name off the top of my head, but I know where he's at. He's the head coach for Indianapolis right now. So
gotcha.
Yeah, so. They miss him a lot because you could tell the offense also was something that we've noticed from the beginning where they just have not looked the same since. But yeah, no, they're
no, you're absolutely right though, because even last year going into like this week, I think Jalen Hurts had like 8 turnovers all year last year.
Yeah, like
they got 17.
He got 17 now. Yeah,
17.
He leads the league.
And we was making fun of Dak Prescott.
I know.
I got chills talking about it. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And now look at Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
That's a shame, man. That's a shame. What I hope that they don't say though is that like if he doesn't get it done and he has all these turnovers, what I hope that we don't say and anybody else says is that he got his money, then you know what I mean, everything goes downhill from. I don't care. I don't care
about that.
I know. I'm just saying like it's a narrative that people will paint.
They're gonna try to paint that. Yeah, they're gonna try to paint any type of narrative. You know how people are. They try to paint any type of narrative, but no, at the end of the day,
it's not even like it was just but fully Jalen Hurts' fault either. Like it's an entire team. An entire he can't play defense either.
Yeah.
So what are y'all gonna say about that?
Yeah, no,
it was just something I felt like needed to be brought up.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely spot on with that. Everybody would try to say something like one thing that a lot of players do now is they try to deflect all their flaws and everything, and they try to go back at the media like, if the media didn't say this, the media didn't do that. The media's not out on the field. That's y'all.
All we do is report on it.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Like when Travis Kelce has said something about the media's not dropping passes. That's y'all. That's Kadarius Toney and them. You know what I mean? Like I can't get on Travis Kelce. I love Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce has done literally everything that he's been able to do. You know what I mean? So that's on y'all. Michael Parsons calling out the media. Bro, y'all need to make a tackle. That's what you need to do.
Not have 288 yards rushed on y'all like that.
You need to plug in the gaps. That's what you really need to do. You need to figure out how to really set the edge. That's what you really, really, really need to do.
They've been saying all year, run at Michael Parsons in that Dallas defense. They've been saying it all year.
Yes.
And literally the Bills just did that.
And Raheem, and also to bring back up the Dolphins, Raheem Mostert just set a single season record.
Yeah, Raheem is nice. How do we not even say his name actually?
And then Devon Achane isn't even back 100% to the way he really wants to be. But let him get off in this game. You let their run. I want everybody to pay attention to something. At 425. When Dallas plays Miami, if Miami's run game gets off, watch the play actions that they start putting in. Watch Mike McDaniel have a little too much fun with this defense.
He gonna try and put us
something destructive could possibly happen. Like I'm telling y'all right now, like if this is anything, this could be a sign of the fact that this could be a copy and paste of what happened in San Francisco earlier this year. So,
agree.
But yeah, the standings right now. So Baltimore finally they got themselves a playoff spot.
Baltimore.
They're 11-3. Miami's right underneath them. All Miami has to really do is win this game, and then they'll be able to clinch their playoff spot. And I think they would need Buffalo to lose their next game in order for them to clinch the title for the division. But I don't see that happening with the Bills playing the Chargers, who literally just got mollywopped. Y'all seen the score. I'm not gonna talk about it.
We don't need to.
Oh yeah. Also, the Chargers fired their head coach like literally right after the game.
It was like 10 minutes after.
Shoot, they was talking about Richard Sherman was talking about firing him during halftime.
Sorry, just don't come back out. Don't come back out to have half field. Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Don't come back out.
But let's see. The 49ers clinched their division. Cowboys and Eagles, despite their losses, they did indeed clinch playoff spots too. But yeah, we're getting to the thick of it. The Rams and the Saints play each other. They're both 7-7, so they're both fighting right now. Like I said, the Vikings are gonna be at the Vikings will actually be hosting Detroit. They're fighting for their playoff spot. They're also fighting to make sure that Detroit is gonna have a harder way to get that division title. Let's see, Tampa Bay got themselves a big win in Lambeau.
That was
I was very impressed with Baker Mayfield's performance. I haven't seen him perform like that since college almost. The Giants, they're the Giants.
They're the Giants.
They're the Giants.
Skip.
Ain't nothing to talk about that. My Steelers. I got something to say. George Pickens. He didn't block for Jalen Warren. Jalen Warren could actually got a touchdown.
I've seen that play.
You've seen that play. It's been a play that's been talked about. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but I don't like it. It's not just me. It's most of the media. It's the fact that you have a lot of these former players calling you out. And myself, I haven't played the game, but I've played competitively, and I know one thing: if I missed an assignment or anything as blatant as that, I promise you I probably would not be playing another down or another game that season. But because we are thin at wide receiver, and because you are so talented, you are going to still play. So what I need you to do is not give a damn, excuse my language, but not give a damn about injuries, because guess what? Injuries happen. You can injure yourself just by walking down the steps. You can injure yourself just by waking up in the morning. I don't care how you feel or whatever it is. You want this team to win. You want to be on this team. You have to fight, and you have to sit there and you have to block. There's no reason in the world where I have to wake up in the morning and I have to hear, oh, the reason why I didn't block is because I wanted to avoid injury.
Yeah, like that excuse is asinine, to be honest.
What's supposed to happen if we put you in a jet sweep and then Jalen Warren's like, oh my bad, I'm not gonna block, and then you get your head taken off? Then what? Because I tell you one thing, I'm not gonna feel bad. I won't. You just gonna be you just gonna be out there laid out. Sorry.
It's the fact that he didn't care enough to get his boy that touchdown.
Yeah.
Like he had it.
He had it.
All you had to do was just hold for a second, and he could have just ran right behind you.
This isn't the first time, and this is one of the things that is the reason why the Steelers are where they are right now, and it's bad apples can indeed spoil a whole bunch. One bad apple can indeed spoil a whole bunch. So
y'all hear Cam? He's spitting bars today. Oh my.
So it's just it irks my nerves when I don't see someone be competitive, especially at this you're at the highest level. There's no excuse. If I could do it in high school and be literally everyone could tell you I was like, I'm not gonna say I was the most competitive, but they could tell you I was the hardest working person on the court. Trust me, you could do it at this level too. And I was very excited to get you because I knew what you could do. I knew how talented you are, and I knew what you could do at Georgia because I seen you play, seen how aggressive you are. I seen you come off the line and literally throw cornerbacks on the ground. Where's that at? Just because you're not getting the ball and stuff like that don't mean you can act like a prima donna. You haven't done anything. You haven't won a championship. You ain't even been to the playoffs like that. Check yourself. But yeah, other than that, Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you all have a
Merry
great holiday.
Christmas, everybody.
I hope you all have a great holiday. I hope you all, watch a bunch of basketball games and football games and root your team on, even if they all have a losing record or they're just pissing you off like they do mine. But you already know how it is, man.
Things happen.
Things happen. Yeah, I can't really be mad about it. It's okay, because Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy are carrying me through my fantasy playoffs right now. Woo! Hopefully I can get my $1,000 if I get first place. But till then, you already know what time it is. I'm your host, Cam Silver.
I am your co-host, Kyle Silver.
And from your favorite cousins, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. Thank you.